Okay, so not only are they cutting trees down, they also broke our water pipe. The water that leads from the city to our house is now broken, and it's flooded. There's cracked pipe. I had to excavate and kind of look at what's happening. I was wondering why the water flow in our house was so low. That's why. If you don't manage your land, then the power companies will do it for you. Today we had these massive all-terrain cutters come on our property, and they're clearing our embankment, which is right behind our house. We almost lost our zip line, and we're definitely going to lose some of our precious elderberry trees, our sassafras trees, our wild blackberries that the kids love so much. Those are going. So here's what to know about utility easements. If you have one on your property, or if you have power lines going across your property, here's what you need to know so that you don't make the same mistakes that we did. Some of you might think, oh yeah, I already knew that already. Why didn't you know that already? We come from the city, y'all. If you guys haven't seen our videos before, we come from the city of Miami, and we have been on this particular property for 3 years. We've lived in the country for 6, but been on this particular 12-acre farm for 3 years. We are learning while we're growing. We are learning by doing. Many of you, our viewers, are also new homesteaders, beginning homesteaders, or those dreaming of moving out to the country. So this video is just to tell you the raw nature of what it's like living out in the country. Easement area, I just want to show you guys. And you see the power lines that are right there. So this was natural growth, but we do love that our elderberries and sassafras and blackberries grow all along here. But as you can see, this is an easement. Now, the power company usually hires third-party tree experts, and to manage the power line, they will cut down trees to make sure, like you can see there, that was a straight cut there, to allow a 15-foot clearance for the power company to be able to reach the power lines properly. These trucks that they brought were massive and huge and had these cutters that went up like 75 feet up in the air to clear the area, and that was all fine and good. But the problem is, one, when I told them that our water was right there that comes from the city up to our house, I said, please do not run over that. We've had problems with that in the past, even though it's dug pretty deep down, about 2-3 feet. We didn't want them to run over the box, so they put a flag on it, but the guy still ran over it, broke the box, and then their huge 20-ton trucks crushed the pipe. Later on, when they left, I found that the water in our house was really low, the pressure was low. Walked out to the house to go see, and then sure enough, the pipe was broken. Oh no. Oh shoot, something's broken here. Yeah, it looks like this cracked right here. You can see the water pooling. Yeah, and I can hear hissing of water, so it's definitely broken.
Do they need to pay for this?
Now, I just want to explain that the guys out here working, they're doing their job, and they're working hard, and they were pretty cool. They aren't out here to be villains or anything like that. They're here to do a job, and one of the guys explained to me that it's on a 4 to 6 year rotation. So every 4 to 6 years, they're coming out to clear the power lines as contracted by the power company. They understand that this is your home, but they legally have the right by the power company to come and clear out the area. Actually put out this pink tape, and these are no-fly zones. like where our wellhead is over there, and our hose, and wherever the water meters and septic lines are. They put those as no-fly zones so that their trucks and heavy machinery don't crush our infrastructure. However, even with the flag up, they still crushed our water supply. Last night, in order for us to have water to do the dishes and take showers and everything, my husband and I did go out and do a little bit of what we could. We didn't have all the parts, but my husband did do some work out there.
I was caught.
Caught on. Here, my husband is digging just a little bit just to assess the damage, and if he's going to replace anything, he's going to need some wiggle room. But thankfully, he knew that we needed certain parts that we didn't have, so he went ahead and tried to glue as much as we can of the major break line. And then in the evening time, when the water was really giving us problems, he went out and checked again, and we realized they really need to just come out and fix what they broke. To be honest, y'all, I'm not upset. This is a small inconvenience. I'm just glad everybody's okay. I mean, we live out here in the country. We're learning to be self-sufficient. So if a few hours of no water is what happens, it's not a huge deal. We need to learn how to be self-sufficient anyway, and not be relied on a grid. But they still need to come and fix it. They need to still come and fix it, which they are. They're coming to fix it. Thankfully, we don't have to fork any money. It's just inconvenient. I wasn't yelling at them or anything like that. I just told them, hey, our water's broken. You guys need to fix it, please, as soon as possible. And they came following day. Today, which is the next day, they came. I called multiple times, and they finally sent a crew out who's going to take care of business. Another mistake we made is the zip line right here. So as you can see, the zip line goes across the embankment. So this is the embankment here, and our house is right there, and our farm is there. So we literally cross this area and this is all our property. This is all our property back here, the woods and stuff. A huge wake-up call for us to just be very mindful of the placement of our equipment. So we need to definitely move this and anything else that we have going on in the property, the children's play pen or playground that we're going to be getting soon. We need to be very mindful. We were going to put our chicken coop right here and some goats over there, because it was just so flat and awesome, and with all the grass, we figured that would be perfect. But that would be a problem, because if the power company does come or they have to do any type of maintenance, that's going to be a problem. So the tree cutter guys, told me that if we were to manage our embankment area ourselves and make sure that the trees don't get anywhere taller than 15 feet, then they wouldn't have to come and bother us. If we are able to manage what we have, then they're not going to come on the property. That saves them time and money. Usually what they do is they come with their mulchers and grinders and literally just grind everything down. But they didn't do that because I truly requested, like, we have wild raspberries and blackberries that are so amazing here. I have a lot of my medicinal herbs out here too. And I was like, please, do not grind here. Don't mow this all down. And they were so kind to understand the request, so they didn't do that. But it lets us know that we need to manage this area. My husband did do a lot of work in clearing the tulip poplars and the elm trees that were really tall that he knew were going to be a problem. And as you can see here, like, it's not as tall. This whole area was super tall, and he cut most of those down. But then our chainsaw broke, so he couldn't continue going all the way down the embankment, but that's something that we'll definitely be doing this winter. Just want to share a few pro tips for new homesteaders. One, just identify your easement and where the power company has legal rights to cut. Also, when you see the power company or the tree cutting companies out here, go ahead and talk to the crew. Go say hello, point things out. Also, go ahead and ask them what they do with the wood. They're cutting down a lot of things, so if they're grinding it then and making it into mulch, you can ask them to just bring you some loads of mulch, and then you can use it on your farm and in the garden. I don't know how much I want to ask them now for myself. I could use some mulch, but after everything and how tired they looked coming back to fix the pipe that they broke, I'm not sure how willing they are to come back to give me some mulch. So we'll see. Also, just make sure that you're checking your property. If trees are going close to wires and power lines, and also check the regulations of your state. I know Alabama has this 15-foot rule. I believe it's you don't plant trees within 15 feet width and height, I believe, near the power lines. So just make sure that you're taking that into consideration. Doesn't matter whether that spot gets really great sun or whatever, you just can't do it because you're going to be at risk of having it cut down. So we have so many young elderberries that are growing in the embankment that we are going to repot. We might sell some and we'll put them in a spot where it is clear away from a safer spot on our property that's clearly away from any power lines. And honestly, country living is about working with the systems, not against them. We're not trying to be nobody's enemy. You know, don't start no stuff, won't be no stuff. Like seriously. So we are trying to be good citizens here, doing what we got to do. The people who are working on the power lines and the tree cutters, they're doing their job. They're doing what they got to do to provide for their family. And they were really, really cool, very chill, very understanding. So I really appreciate them for that. And so we're just going to do what we got to do our research, make sure that we are staying in accordance of everything. And also, it's a reminder that nothing in life is for sure. Things can change on a dime. And we just want to grow in our self-sufficiency as much as possible. So that's it for this video, y'all. I hope you guys got something from it. I hope that you guys are growing in your self-sufficiency, in your knowledge, and most importantly, in the faith in our Creator God, because without Him, nothing is possible. But with Him, all things are. So they fixed everything, replaced the meter box, and it all looks good. He showed me pictures of what it looks like in the inside. So happy with what they did. Really appreciate them. After looking at the job that they did, what do you think about it?
It looks really good.
They really fixed it up.
They really fixed it up. I think better than before.
Look at God. Look at God. Blessings in disguise. They did a better job than we did. The water's back on.
I did.
Yeah. Awesome.